All right. As always, let's make sure everything's going correctly. All right. As always, let's make sure everything's okay. Audio is good. All right. What is going on, guys? It's your boy, Malin Rutledge. Welcome to part 3 of the Dallas Cowboys rebuild, if you will, because we had the big glitch that kept happening. Hopefully this year it doesn't happen again. But anyway, we're getting ready to start the 2026 season for the Dallas Cowboys. If y'all watched the last episode of this live stream series that I did, I was on the cusp of finishing the rebuild. We took the lead in the Super Bowl against the Ravens. We lost on a last-second Hail Mary. It was a devastating way to lose the game, but the rebuild is not complete until I lead this team back to a Super Bowl. So we've gone 0 for 2 the first 2 years, but hopefully this is the year where things finally start to move in the right direction. One thing that's been concerning to me is that right now Dak Prescott is an 83 overall. He may finally be starting to regress. I don't know, but we will see. Jackson Dart is our backup, and we have Dylan Gabriel as our third-string quarterback. Quinshon Judkins, who we drafted last year, had a pretty good rookie season. He didn't win Rookie of the Year, but he got pretty close. And he is an 85 overall going into his second year. We signed Antonio Gibson to be the backup. And we have Trevor Etienne, not Travis Etienne. We drafted him this year out of Georgia to give us our good third back. And we still have Deuce Vaughn, who's here probably for his last season. We did sign Curry Blossingame to be our new starting fullback, 73 overall. We got a 99 CD Lamb now. Okay, he is an elite receiver. Jonathan Mingo has gotten up to a 79. Didn't really see any big improvements that could be made in terms of receiver. We're let Tolbert walk, of course. So that means Ryan Flournoy is going to get his opportunity after 2 years in the league to get a chance to be our third receiver, really see what he can do. I'm not ruling out a possible trade of another good receiver or something like that to really keep us on the verge of being a championship team. We still have Jalen Brooks. We still have Turpin. Burks is a guy we drafted this year out of Oklahoma. Jamori Macklin, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe his dad's Jeremy Macklin, a wide receiver from Kentucky we drafted this year to give us some help for the future. Deuce Robinson is a future guy as well, and Jeremiah Hunter. So we really have 3 young receivers that we're drafting on the possibility of we don't want to bring Jalen Brooks or Flournoy or even Kevontae Turpin back. Just thinking about the future in terms of that. Tight end wise, year 3 is looking the same. We have Ferguson, Schoonmaker, Brevin Spann-Ford, and Carson Ryan is a rookie we drafted out of Utah. He and Ford are going to be really competing for the third tight end job. Don't know who I'll lean towards, but hey, that's what I'm thinking right there. Tyler Guyton is an 80 overall at left tackle. We have 69 to Sim Richards, 90 Tyler Smith. Elijah Wilkinson is a free agent we signed to be his backup, 67. We got an 81 Cooper Beebe, 68 Daniel Brunskill, and Drew Kendall is a rookie we drafted from Boston College. Right guard, Brandon Sheriff, because Zach Martin retired. I needed to replace that, get the right side of the offensive line solidified. So I signed him, 85 overall. 64 Mark Evans is going to back him up. And we signed Taylor Moton and traded away Terrence Steele. So Moton is going to be our new starting right tackle, 83 overall. He's the best improvement I can get in free agency. And the 66 Nathan Thomas and Xavier Truss, who we drafted a year ago, 65. So offensive line, 80, 90, 81, 85, 83. So no high real 80s guys, but we have a guy in the 90s, so I think that's pretty good. We did sign Zach Allen. Now, he could get up in the 80s during the season, but after we saw DeMarcus Lawrence retire, decided that we needed to give we needed to fill that position with a guy that was just formidable. And he's only 29. He's 29 years old, so he's kind of getting up there a little bit, being in the leagues for 7 years, Zach Allen. But he was one of the best free agent signings that we could have made based on who was available. Elijah Roberts, who you may recognize from my Cleveland Browns rebuild, 67, going into his second year. Defensive end, we still have Marshawn Nealon at 77 and a 72 Dante Stills. So defensive end-wise has a little bit more to be desired, but we have Parsons who's still going to probably be putting his foot in the dirt a little bit when it comes to this defense. And we did sign Poona Ford to be our new starter at defensive tackle because Mozzie Smith, I don't think, is flat out cutting it. We did not pick up his fifth-year option. I have a feeling that it's going to be his last year, and we're going to let him walk because we did draft Howard Cross, and we have Christian Miller as well. So looking to the future there, Micah Parsons, another member of the 99 Club, just like CeeDee Lamb, 99 overall. And we have a 75, Maurice Lafau. And Justin Finkley, who we drafted out of Texas, is a 67 overall. We have Overshown at middle linebacker now. Gabe Jockus is going to back him up. Hoping for a more progression from Overshown. Jalen Walker, who we drafted last year out of Georgia, we're going to go with him as potentially our starting right outside linebacker. But we did sign Bradley Chubb to give us some veteran presence there. I'm going to let these guys kind of battle it out towards the end of the preseason, and whoever has the higher overall, we'll go with them as the starter. Cornerback-wise, we've got Deron Bland, 90. Trayvon Diggs, who is banged up right now, 90 overall. We have a 79, Kalen Carson. Austin Alex is 69. We have Jaden Davis, who's a 68. So we have some corners who are young, but we also have a bunch of guys that are really just a bunch of guys. Outside of the two top guys that we have, nobody else is really too great. I mean, Carson could get up to the 80s in the season, but I don't know. And I'm not even sure if I want to keep him around here long-term outside of Bland and Diggs. Free safety, Malachi Moore is going to be our starter. We traded away Malik Hooker to give us some draft capital because he already got up to an 83. He really cemented his status as the new free safety out of Alabama, who we drafted last year in the first round. Bryce Anderson's going to back him up. We have Spears Jennings, who we got as a rookie in the draft, and Owen's going to be the fourth free safety to back up. So we got extra safeties. Marquise Bell, second year as the starter with no Donovan Wilson in there. Alex Afrey Jr., who we drafted 72 overall, and Ronnie Harrison Jr. is a guy that we signed as a veteran backup for strong safety. We still have Brandon Aubrey, and we still have Brian Anger, so the special teams is the same. So now, it's time we're bringing back relatively the same group that we had last season in terms of our team. The question is, are we going to be able to get back to the Super Bowl with the roster that we have? That is the biggest question that we're going to have to answer this season, and that's going to be a tough sledding. And yet, if you ask me, we've also already lost our first two preseason games, so that's a little bit concerning. And in the preseason, we actually did win a game, so we went, 1 for 2, which isn't too bad, but still. Let me go to managed staff. With 17 points to spend, we could probably spend some points on our assistant coaches. Let's go long, 16 points there. We only have 1 skill point, so we upgraded Bill Duncan a little bit. And, of course, Sean McVay going into his second year as our head coach. First year he got us to the Super Bowl. Second year, hoping he can get us back to the Super Bowl, but this time we can win it. We've got cut days and everything like that. But you know what? I want to see if there's maybe somebody on the trade block who's a good receiver who maybe can help us out. I don't know if there's somebody there, but I want to see. Parker Washington's on the trade block. And you know what? I think it's actually worth bringing him in because I think we just need some more help at receiver in terms of just getting additional help. Will they take away maybe Jalen Brooks and maybe a late round pick? Maybe like a 4th for Washington. I don't think this will work. This trade, it'll put them over the cap. All right. Well, we can't do that if they're over the cap, so we're not going to do that. And he was the best rated receiver, so I don't think that's worth it. Let me actually go to free agency and see if there's any receiver in like the high 70s who maybe we can consider signing. There's nobody really that great. Hopkins is there, but he's 78. There's 79, Keenan Allen. But I don't really think he would provide too much more than what Mingo is doing. So I think I'm just going to go with who we have in terms of receiver. And if we need to, upgrade that next year, we'll do it. We got to cut 12 players. We've got a bunch of players, I think, in free safety and corner. So I'm actually going to start there. Starting with Owens, we're going to cut you. Anderson, we're actually going to go ahead and cut you. So we're going to have 2 free safeties. We have 3 strong safeties. I don't want to do anything there yet. We got a bunch of extra receivers. Let's start cutting here. Jeremiah Hunter, I'm just going to go ahead and cut you. I'm not even putting you on practice. I'm going to put Macklin on practice squad as well as Burks. How many receivers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 receivers. I'd like to keep 6 receivers active this year if we can. So Ryan is actually looking a little bit better than Span Ford. I don't want to risk losing him, but I'm going to put Ford on the practice squad. I'm going to keep Ryan as the active 3rd tight end because it looks like in the preseason he's outperformed him. So we're going to go with that in terms of our tight end room. Drew Kendall. This may be risky, but I'm going to put him on practice squad. We have some extra right tackles as well. But I don't want to risk losing Truss, somebody else picking him up, because you can get players stolen from your practice squad. All right, Christian Miller. I'm going to move you to practice squad. About linebackers. Do we have extra linebackers? Well, I don't want to put our rookie Finkley on the practice and risk losing him for sure. And it looks like Bradley Chubb is actually kind of outperformed, so I think I may go with that. I'm going to cut this corner here. I really don't know much about him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and Art Green, we're going to cut you as well. We still got to cut or waive 2 more guys. So we still have some decisions to make here. I'm going to put Dylan Gabriel on the practice squad. We'll keep 2 active quarterbacks for right now. And in terms of running backs, do we have any extra offensive linemen maybe? Oh, we have Xavier Truss. Well, Truss, we're going to move you to practice squad. If somebody picks you up, it is what it is. 65 overall, not much development. All right, so we've done our cut days. Let's go to the regular season. Let's see if anybody picked anybody up from a practice squad. I assume somebody probably has, but nope, that hasn't happened so far. All right, so let's go ahead and get our draft class in here. 2027 draft. I believe this is the one that has Arch Manning in it. Yep, there he is. Some recognizable guys, some not so recognizable, but still, that's the correct draft class for the 2027 draft that we're going to have at the end of the season. Okay, then. So we're starting out against the Rams right out of the gate. So let's advance to the middle of the season and see where we're at. Hopefully this is not the year where Dak regresses even more, because he's starting out the season as an 83 overall. That's a lot of money we, of course, have committed to him. So who knows? This may be the last days of Dak. Even though in real life I want it to be the last few days of Dak, if you guys know what I mean. And wow. Oh my God. Look at this. We've started out the season 2-5. We lost 3 games right out of the box. We beat the Titans on the road by 15 points. We just beat the Cardinals by 14. But goodness gracious, we have started out just as bad. We've started out just as bad as the Cowboys have in real life this season, even when Dak was healthy. Let's view weekly awards. Dak is still getting awards, so, I mean, doesn't really look like the problem is him. Let me take a look at this matchup we have coming up against the Falcons. Okay, so we're actually 23rd in points per game. So despite the fact that Dak, I guess, is playing okay, our offense still not okay. Well, passing yards wise, we're doing pretty well in the league. We're not allowing a lot of offensive pass. Our defense is pretty good at defending the pass, but our run defense is terrible. And I think that probably stems from the defensive ends that are lacking in there on the right and the left side, because Parsons can only do so much as the free roamer around there. So yeah, it's not looking too good right now, being 2-5, and we are in the bottom of the NFC East at 2-5. Everybody else is ahead of us. The Eagles have started out the season 6-1, so they're on a roll. This could be a bad Super Bowl hangover season. I don't want it to be like that to start out year number 3, but that may be the case. We do have $30 million in cap to spend. Of course, we took the 5th-year option on Tyler Smith, but obviously he wants a new deal, and we're going to give it to him. He wants just a 2-year deal. That's what he wants. It's a good offer. Okay, but that brings us only down to $11 million. And you know what? Look, if Mingo is not going to be any better than a guy in the 70s, then I don't think he's worth keeping as our second receiver, because last year he kind of had a little bit of a breakout season, but 78 overall for us is not going to cut it. We got to get a better receiver, a real true number 2 receiver to go on the opposite side of CeeDee Lamb. Like, it is time to do that. If we got to make a trade for that in the offseason, I'll do it. That's all in. Overshown. Look, like, oh my gosh. Well, we can obviously restructure contracts to free up some cap. But let me see about the rest of everybody else. Yeah, Bell was only on a 2-year deal when we re-signed him. And he actually is not really getting too much better. So I think we're going to move on from him. Zach Allen was kind of really a stopgap guy. I think we need to go hard on defensive ends and free agency this offseason. Scherf is somebody I don't want to risk losing for right guard. We don't even have the cap room to make a move. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait. Somebody could retire and free up some more money, and maybe by the offseason we can restructure some deals. Let me actually see what popped up really quick. Let me just see something here. Contract restructure in the offseason, re-sign week. Okay, well, we're obviously not in the offseason yet, so we can't really do anything there. The good thing is that we have a chance at the end of the season to negotiate with everybody. And I think I will take the fifth-year option on Tyler Guyton just because I don't want to risk losing an 81 left tackle that we could still develop for maybe the next couple of seasons and keep the offensive line at least solidified. Because offensively, throwing the football, we're doing pretty well. Most of that's probably just because Dak Prescott is doing it himself. So I don't think he's the problem. I think the problem is that on defense, we have some holes. Offensively, we really need number 2 wide receiver. How's our running game? I don't even know how our running game's doing. Rushing yards per game, 30th in rushing yards per game. So Judkins is not having a good year to start out running the football. So that's discouraging. So we're on the road against the Falcons this week. They're 4-3. And we beat the Falcons, so we've actually won 2 games in a row. Maybe we'll start to climb out of a hole a little bit here, but we'll see. This is tough starting out at 2-5. We should be a playoff team, so yes, we have to turn things around. Yeah, we should be a playoff team. I don't think Coach McVay's job is in jeopardy, if you ask me, because we did not do a whole lot to improve the team more than what we did. But then again, that's because we're still in salary cap held to an extent. And a lot of it has to do with Dak Prescott's contract. But here's the thing. If our offense is still going to be like really good in terms of throwing the football, keeping us competitive in games because we have a pretty solid quarterback, then I'm not going to be insane about pulling the trigger on, getting rid of him, that way. Because passing-wise, we're 5th in passing yards per game in the NFL. And our pass defense is 1st. Opponent passing yards per game, our pass defense is doing pretty well. But then again, we've got 2 corners in the 90s, and we got safeties that are pretty good. I mean, Malachi Moore is an 83, so he's been a big find for us. We just need to get that other safety solidified, a.k.a. the person who's going to replace Marquise Bell. And then I think that secondary will be super elite where hardly anybody can throw the football on us. But it doesn't mean anything if we can't stop the run, because look at our run defense. It's last in the league. And I think that really stems from the lack of talent at defensive end. We don't have elite talent there right now. I think that's where we're struggling. So anyway, let's move on. We're playing the Eagles this week. This is a pretty big game for us if we want to get back in the divisional race. And we beat the Eagles by 17 points. So I think now we're starting to get a little bit of momentum. We're 4-5. We're climbing our way out of the basement, but we still have a long ways to go. The Vikings are 2-7. Don't drop this one, guys. We can't afford to lose this one to a bad team like this. And what did I say? And we lose. So now we are back to firmly being in the basement. Season may be already over. I don't know. If we lose another one, we may be kind of out of this. But we don't. We beat the Colts to keep ourselves alive. We're 1 game behind 500. We actually have moved to 2nd in our division because Washington lost another game. They haven't had a bye. We have had a bye. So it's been that's what's going on there. Weekly awards. I'm guessing Dak won it again. No, it was Deron Bland. 6 tackles, 2 interceptions in our last game. So yeah, our defensive backfield, the corner is fantastic. That's why I wanted to ink in Bland and Diggs as the cornerback tandem for the rest of this rebuild if I can keep both of those guys. The Giants are 7-4. They are 2nd in the division. This is a pretty big game here on the road. And we beat the Giants. And now we are finally back to 500. 6-6. We are still 2 games behind the Eagles. They would have to lose a couple of games in a row. We would have to go on a hot streak in order to have a crack at the playoffs. Seattle this week. And we beat Seattle. So now we are finally above 500 for the first time all season at 7-6. It looks like that Dak and the passing attack have literally past us back into playoff contention, which is big. I mean, then again, when you have a 99 overall receiver in CeeDee Lamb, you got a mid-80s quarterback in Dak Prescott, you can get away with some things. And I think that's what's happening with us this year. And our pass defense is 5th in the league, which is still pretty good. Our running game, unfortunately, even though it's gone up a little bit to 28th, is still not very good. So it looks like, unfortunately, Judkins is having a little bit of a sophomore slump. Let me take a look at statistics here. I want to take a look at stats. So Dak hasn't hit 4,000 yards yet, but he's thrown 35 touchdowns already. That is a lot of passing. Where does he rank in terms of, like, the whole league? Where is, like, Dak rating? Okay, so he's in the top 10 in passing. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 7th in the NFL in passing. Okay, I know in real life everybody is like, we need to get rid of Dak. But I think when it comes to the Madden sim, because Dak is in the 80s and he's going to have 99 CeeDee Lamb as long as you keep him here with the franchise, this is what's keeping us alive. Dak Prescott is literally, kind of like in real life with the Cowboys, camouflaging a lot of our flaws and keeping us in contention for a playoff spot. As long as we have Rain Dakota Prescott, we're going to be able to possibly literally pass our way into the postseason. As far as touchdowns, he actually, I think, is he second? No, he's 3rd in the league in touchdowns. Let me rearrange this. Yeah, he's 3rd in the NFL in touchdowns. Who's the league leader in interceptions, though? Well, that's Jared Goff with 17. Dak is in the middle of the packet, with 11. But a lot of guys have 11 interceptions. A lot of guys have double-digit interceptions already. But Dak, 35 touchdowns, solid. Running game, Judkins only has 700 yards. We only have 3 touchdowns from him. We have 1 from Gibson, and we have 1 from Etienne, and we have 1 from Jalen Brooks. I guess that came on a reverse or something. CeeDee Lamb is already over 1,000 yards. He has 8 touchdowns on the season. Jalen Brooks has 17 touchdowns. How? He hasn't even hit 1,000 yards yet. So he supplanted Mingo as the better receiver this year. 17 touchdowns? That's crazy. I got to see what this defense is looking like. Okay, so defensively, like, how are we looking on this side of the ball? Well, Micah Parsons is leading us in tackles with 84. He has 3 sacks for the season, but the leader in sacks is actually Zach Allen. 2.5 from Marshawn Nealon, 1.5 from Bradley Chubb. Roberts has 1. So, yeah, outside of Micah Parsons and Zach Allen, our defense is, struggling a bit back there. But Parsons also has 2 interceptions. Bell has 1. Bland has 4, and Diggs has 4. So Diggs and Bland both have 4 interceptions. So our pass defense is doing good things back there, but our run defense is still struggling. Even though Zach Allen has, leads us in sacks with 5 of them, still leaves a little bit to be desired, if you ask me. All right. Well, this is a big game for us against the Eagles. They're 9-4. We're 7-6. And we lose to the Eagles. So we go 0-2 against Philly. We're 3rd in our division firmly now. Playoff picture, we're nowhere in here. Right now, we are in the, according to this, we're in the 9th seed. So we would have to take out the Giants because they're the 7th seed, the last seed in the wild card, in order to make the postseason. So we got to hope that we beat the Commanders and they start slipping. We only have a few games left in the season. We only got 3 games left. We're barely trying to scrape by here. We beat the Commanders. Okay, that's good. And we are now 2nd place in the NFC East. We're 6th in the playoffs if the season ended today. We cannot afford to slip up right now. But the Browns are 10-5. This is going to be hard. Let me see if we have any injuries, because I haven't really seen any injuries all season. So Austin Alex, one of our low corners, is out with one with a dislocated wrist. But that's our only injury that we have right now at this point of the last 2 games of the season. Playoff picture looks like this right now. We would be in as the 6th seed. The Seahawks would have the 7th seed. We beat Seattle, so we own the tiebreaker over them. So that's good. Did we beat Seattle? I think we beat them a couple of weeks ago. But if we slip up against the Browns, we're in trouble. Big trouble. And yeah, we are in firm, deep trouble. We have the 9th seed in the NFC right now. 7-9 Texans. If we lose this game, we're not going to go to the postseason. I have a feeling. So I got to jump in and play this one. It may be our last game of the regular season, or maybe the last game of the season. I don't know. But I got to play this one and make sure that we win and that we hopefully make the playoffs. The way the scenario is looking right now, we have to win and the Giants have to lose in order for us to maybe have a shot. Because they would be 8-9, we would be 9-8. But if they win and we win, then it doesn't matter, because then the Giants, I think, have beaten us once or twice this season. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just got to play this game, and we just got to win it. This may be our last game of the season anyway, so let's go out and win it. If it means no playoffs, fine. But I'll tell you what. If we don't make the playoffs this season with the roster that we brought back with essentially the same cast of characters that got us to a Super Bowl, then we're going to have to make some changes. I don't think it's going to be at the quarterback position, but it will be on this defense, because look at this. We're already down 7-0. I think our run defense this season has been the biggest thing that's been holding this team back. So we got to fix that up. And also, Judkins had a little bit of a sophomore slump, so we got to get this running game right as well. First and goal, don't get there. Let's go with a double slant here.
Here now, second down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Dak.
All right, I was looking for CD. I feel like I'm trying to force it, but he's our best weapon. It's 99. I mean, seriously.
And it'll set up a third down.
Yeah, come on. Come on. CD. TD. Let's go. Right on the goal line. Let's go, 88. Beautiful. Tied at 7.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Hit that. He dropped it. Nice. Good defense. Malachi Moore came in there to actually make the deflection, too, so that helped a lot.
And it'll be second down. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end.
Oh, Parsons, why didn't you turn around and go get him?
And the Texans are going to have a first and goal.
Texans got a first and goal right here. Texans are 7-9, so I don't think they got a shot at the postseason. They're still playing.
They'll run here with Mixon.
Oh, come get. And Joe Mixon is in for the touchdown. It looks like we got a match and blow for blow here.
Now down inside the 20.
Come on, CD. Make a move on him. There we go. First down.
And the Cowboys
Beautiful.
are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll throw again. Dak.
Hold on to it, CD. There we go. Way to hold on to the ball. He got smacked pretty hard, but he held on to that. Good job. Come on, up the middle. Judkins. Oh, come on, Judkins. Get in the end zone.
That's a gain of 2. Down to the 2. They'll use 3 tight ends in the
getting a little frisky here.
For third and goal.
Go with a fullback dive, Blossing game into the end zone for, I'm pretty sure, his first touchdown of the season. Nothing wrong with going with a fullback on the goal line if he can do it. And we made a stop on defense, so we finally get the ball back with a chance to take the lead. We're going to go 2 minutes here. We got 2 timeouts left. A 2-minute drill, see if we can get... Lamb got a little bit jammed on the line by Lassiter. He couldn't call that one in. Didn't do the best job of leading me, to be honest, but it is what it is. Just got to keep moving. Come on, Brooks. Okay. But he didn't get out of bounds, did he? Timeout. I thought he got out of bounds for sure on that play, but I guess not. That's a shame. A little bit surprised that Brooks is having a breakout year with 17 touchdowns this year. That is definitely not something that was on my bingo card to start the year, and I almost threw a pick. You know what? I'm going to go for it. Maybe crazy, but I'm going to go for it.
turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense,
Brooks couldn't hold on to it. That was a bad idea. That was a bad decision. I'll admit it. That was a bad idea. I should have just punted it so we didn't give up points before the half, guaranteed. And that's exactly what we're on the verge of doing right here. Oh, but Micah gets home. Let's go. Let's go, Micah. That's just what we needed. Big-time defensive play right there from our main guy.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud.
Okay, he's out of bounds, but 3rd and goal on the 9. Still a little bit ways to go. Cover two, come on.
Just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand.
Whoa, that was a bad throwaway by Stroud. So we at least don't give up a touchdown off of the turnover on downs. They kick the field goal to end the half. So they're going to take the lead to end the half. But, of course, we still got a great shot here. We just got to play better in the second half. We get a touchdown right off the bat, so that's awesome. We get the lead back for the first time.
3rd and 9.
It's 3rd down for the Texans. 4 minutes in the 3rd. Come on, D, get off the field. Get a sack. Let's go, Walker. Let's go. Way to make the play. In the 4th quarter now. It's 3rd and 1. We still got a 21-17 lead. Come on, Judkins. We just need you to pick up 1 yard. I just need you to pick up 1 yard. There we go, Judkins. First down and more. There we go. Best run of the game. At least that I've seen. He actually has over 100 yards rushing, so that's not bad at all.
Season as he will get himself checked out. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10.
5 minutes left. Ferguson can't hold on, although I kind of didn't do a good job of waiting until it came off his route. I threw him where he got hit in the chest pretty hard there. Couldn't hold on to the ball. We got the rookie Etienne in the backfield here. Trevor Etienne. Okay. Still, that was a good run. 1 yard left, down to the 2 yard line. All right. This is all right. All right, Etienne, you're still in the game. This is all you. Come on. Punch this in. And Etienne, the rookie, gets in for the touchdown. Let's go. Beautiful. Good young backfill for the future. Well, 28-17. All we got to do is hold on. This game is over. A little bit of a dogfight here to a Texans team that isn't playoff bound, but pick that off, Bell. Yes. Let's go, Bell. Interception. Shut the door, close it. Thanks for playing, Houston. Drive home safe.
Get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick.
So we're going to finish the season 9-8. We finished with a 28-17 win over the in-state rival Texans. The question is that enough to make the postseason? Or are we the odd man out based on the scenarios? We will have to see. It's time to see the moment of truth. Did we make the postseason, or are we on the outside looking in? We're in the playoffs. Let's go. We just made it. We just made it as the 7th seed. The Giants lost. The Giants lost their last game. We won it. We're in the postseason. We're going to the playoffs. They're staying at home. Wow. All right. I thought it was over, but it's not. We made the postseason. Now we got to climb the long road back to the Super Bowl. And we got to start with the same playoff matchup that we did last year in the wild card when we went on the road against Philadelphia. We got to do it in 2026 as well. Starting off against the same opponent in the playoffs that we did last season. Whew.
It's the Cowboys and the Eagles coming up next.
Things were looking bleak when we started 2-5. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was worried as hell that we weren't going to make the postseason. Still doesn't mean that major changes can't come if we don't get the job done here today against Philadelphia. They handled us pretty well in the regular season, but now we got to get our revenge here. So we're going with the spy on 2nd and 4. Hopefully that helps us take care of Turks if he tries to run and do something.
Brown goes in motion left.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Hurts.
And we get, oh, it's a fumble. It's a fumble. Get it. Oh, Parsons couldn't quite get it. But still, we made him lose like 10 yards. Walker actually came in there and jarred it loose, so that was big. There we go. Okay, we get A.J. Brown stopped short. It's 4th down. They're going to kick a field goal.
Only get this to about the 19.
Way to bend but don't break, defense.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't...
Sorry, guys, I was responding to a text. Okay, 2nd and 5. Oh, come on! Wow, that was a terrible loss.
Back at the 21-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take.
That's going to make things tougher. It's now 3rd and 8. We're driven way back. Throw it. Brooks. Touchdown. Jalen Brooks. 6. Beautiful throw by Dak. Let's go. We get another touchdown. Eagles climb back into this, but we scored again. Offense is clicking. Eagles are coming back. It's getting tight. Okay. It's 1st and 10. It's the 4th quarter.
For this defense. Can they get
the finish? Hey, Preston, what's going on? Yes. I'm back. Let's see how things are going. I'm back. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to take a phone call, actually. It was from work, but it was my direct supervisor, not a manager. Well, technically, yeah, but whatever. Okay. Anyway. Okay, it's first down. Here we go, Overshown. Great defense. And we almost caught it off the ricochet, but okay. All right, time to refocus here. 2:27 left.
But a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ooh, there we go. Got a sack on Hurts. Let's go. Marshawn Nealon coming in there. Great defense.
For a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Pass complete. Goddard.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to
There we go. Made the stop. 4th down. They're going to go for it because it's 4th quarter.
Here's 4th and long.
We make the stop right here.
This will be caught by Brown. And now this is going to be close.
Is he short?
The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it.
And he's, stopped him short of the first down. Turnover on downs. Looks like we're going to walk out of here with a win. 2nd year in a row, we come to Philadelphia in the wild card round, and we beat the Eagles.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely
Judkins.
all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out.
9-yard pickup. Let's go.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Eagles will use
first down. They only have 1 timeout left.
Disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Yeah, this game is over for sure. Judkins with another big run. He's up over 50 yards rushing. Big time. Let's just take knees from here on out and get this game over.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what
heading to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't
2 wins till we get back to the Super Bowl.
Guess what? The visitors came in and got it
This
done.
group overall is pretty much the same with a few differences, but overall, still looking like we got a path to the championship. That's all I can hope for. Just to get a chance at redemption and get back to the Super Bowl. It was a close win, but we take care of business up here in Philadelphia, 21-18 in the wild card round. We're moving on to the divisional round. Let's see who we face. All right, and it's the Packers. 13-4 Packers. They have the number 1 seed. They do. So we got to go on the road to Lambeau. I'm not sure if this is exactly the same scenario as last season in the divisional round where we faced them. It might have been the NFC Championship game. But we're going to face the Packers in the divisional round in Lambeau. Bears and the Lions are going to meet in the divisional round as well. The Bears beat the Falcons. The Lions beat the 49ers. And, of course, we beat the Eagles. On the AFC side, the Colts beat the Bengals. The Ravens beat the Chiefs, and the Browns beat the Jaguars. So it's Jaguars, Ravens, Bills, Colts in the divisional round. All right, then. Check one more thing, guys. Sorry about this. Sorry about the interruptions during this live stream. Just a couple things needing to take care of business. All right. So here we go for the divisional round. Time to play the moment. And hope the moment is not much bigger than us. You know what what I mean. Here we go, playing against the Packers in Lambeau Field. It's going to be cold up there. One win away from the NFC Championship to get back there. 2 wins away from getting back to the Super Bowl. We just got to take care of business for 2 more weeks, and we'll get a shot at redemption.
It's the Cowboys and the Packers on Sunday night.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid rain.
Starting out on defense like we did last week. It's 3rd and 5.
Let's get into the action. Throwing. Love.
Yeah, Packers getting first down on us.
Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's 2nd down, and the defense needing to step up. Love.
Ooh, that could have been a pick by Carson, but still, great defense to knock the ball away.
Now 3rd down.
Nice job.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Love.
Oh, we almost had a sack there. Oh, there we go.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion.
Way to make the play.
And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that was.
So we forced a field goal. Packers do kick it. So it's 3-0. 3rd and 1.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now
All right, well, McVay wants us to go for it. 4th down. It's the divisional round.
they'll try and run for it. And he gets this one across.
Did we get it? We barely got it. Wow. Wow, so we actually do pick up the first. I thought we were short. Because they penetrated the backfield super duper quick. We almost didn't get it. What the? Oh. Shoemaker got hung up and he just couldn't get away from it.
Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
That's going to change it to an inside zone. I know Antonio Gibson's the back. Still, let's pick up the first. They want to risk this drive coming to an end with no points. Or maybe not points, but some movement. Here we go, Mingo. We're 3 yards short of the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. He'll try again.
All right, touchdown, Judkins. Let's go.
So here's the situation upcoming. 2nd quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. And he's going to be taken down.
Great job with the sack. There we go.
To throw is Prescott.
Here we go, Lamb. With the backfield. I'm not a big fan of those type of routes, but he was open, so I threw it to him. Trying to go 2 minutes here.
It'll be 2nd down. Here's Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb.
Full timeout. We got 1 left.
As they'll stop it with just
Up 7-6.
before halftime. Prescott to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls.
I'm just going to go deep.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm.
I'm going to run this just so we can guarantee that we can pick up the first. And we keep the drive moving.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Well, they'll fake the jet sweep, and now off play action, it's Prescott.
Throw it. All right, first down CD. Let's go.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Slot man moves right. Now Prescott.
We go.
Open man downfield is
There's CD. Call timeout. Call timeout. 4 seconds left. We at least have a shot at a field goal.
In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission.
Let's kick a field goal. Let's not try for the end zone. We'll skip points. Skip points. Brandon Aubrey kicks it through. 1 second left in the half. We're going to go in the half up 10-6. Solid. Packers are driving again. This game is definitely tougher than the last time we played it last year. We kind of jumped in front of them, and that was it. They're fighting, they're clawing. They're the number 1 seed in the NFC, so there's a reason for that. And they still got pretty much everything. I think Josh Jacobs is still there. So no real changes for the Packers personnel. First of all, excuse me. Sorry. Sneaks through that. Cover 2.
Here's Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Under the 1.
A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. Jacobs will take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
And the Packers take the lead on us. And now they're up by 10. Ooh, things are getting dicey. We got to score right here. Of course, we got first and 10, so I'm not going to go crazy right here. We got time. Oh, man, make that catch. There we go. You're wide open. Walk into the end zone. Touchdown. All right. Now we've got this thing. Narrow the gap to 3. Got to make a stop on defense, though. We're down by 3. We need the ball.
Maybe could they force a turnover and allow no points? Time to see. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Oh, if Diggs would have gotten there sooner, that could have been a pick. All right, it's a 2-minute warning. I have to feel that they're going to be running the football here. They're actually kind of already in field goal range. So I'm going to gamble a little bit, go with the blitz, because they're going to be running this football. If they don't run it here, I'm going to be shocked beyond belief. Yes, they are definitely running it. Okay, we get Jacobs down, but they gain yards, so it's... All right, let's go. I want everybody getting in there and stopping this run. This is the season, I think, right here, guys. Down. Make the tackle. Yes, we do. Oh, the Packers call a timeout. Okay, I didn't even mean to call one. I'm surprised they threw it there, but we make the stop. It's 4th down. Are they gonna? Are they gonna punt? I guess they're too long for a field goal. They're gonna punt it. Got a shot to go win the game. Got a shot to go win the game right here. And that one goes out at the 8-yard line. So we got 2 timeouts. We got 1:46 left on the clock.
He says out at the 8-yard line.
This is you, Dak. Come on, Dak. We need you right here to make plays. Everybody's got to make plays here.
A field goal could get this playoff game to overtime, but this crowd, they are going to make it tough as they line up 1st and 10. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Slant.
Now Prescott.
Take that catch, CD. Let's go. All right, got a first down. All right. Come on, we got to get set up quicker than that, guys. Lamb, out of bounds. Here we go, first down. Good. Stop some of the clock. We got 2 timeouts left, so that's some time. That's good.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines.
Had a chance, Brooks, but the defense closed in on him.
Final minute of play. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Dak.
Come on, make that catch. There we go. Out of bounds, CD. Let's go. There we go.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Oh, man, that could have been the game-ending interception.
That should have been intercepted.
I shouldn't have run it there. I should have just ignored what the coach said and just kept throwing it, because I feel like we got to keep throwing it.
Here's Dak.
Because there's a part of me that's, wow, timeout. But that just drove us out of field goal range.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on forward.
Come on, Brooks. What the?
That's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
That is just too quintessential Dak Prescott. It was an interception. We lose the game. We're going. We lose the Super Bowl last year. We don't even make it past the divisional round the following year. What a disappointing way to end the season. Let's check out the Pro Bowl roster, see if our Cowboys made it. Dak did make the Pro Bowl, 84 overall, but he's the worst-rated quarterback to make the Pro Bowl this year. Oh, our Blossomgame, our fullback, made the Pro Bowl. Jalen Brooks actually made it, not CeeDee Lamb. I think Brooks is on 1-year contract. Tyler Smith made the Pro Bowl. Cooper Beebe made it. Oh, we had Micah Parsons made it, of course. Brian Anger, our punter, made the Pro Bowl, and that's it. So we had Anger, we had Parsons, we had Jalen Brooks, Blossomgame, and Dak all made the Pro Bowl. Interesting cast, but still. And the Super Bowl is going to be the Packers going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So after the divisional round, the Packers went on and took care of business. They beat the Lions in the NFC Championship to get to the Super Bowl. The Colts upset the Bills on the road, and the Jaguars beat the Ravens. So it's Jaguars taking on the Colts. They beat the Colts to get to the Super Bowl. So that's Super Bowl for 2026. And this is the longest I've done a Cowboys rebuild of any kind, and we haven't won a championship yet. We're 3 years in. We've gotten to a Super Bowl. We didn't win it. I hope the door hasn't been shut on us to win a Super Bowl. I hope not, but we're just going to have to see. So let's see. Oh, actually, let's see who won the yearly awards. Let's take a look here. So Lamar Jackson won the MVP. Dak actually finished 8th in the MVP voting. Coach of the Year went to Sean McDermott. Sean McVay wasn't getting any recognition in there. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Lions of the Packers. Brooks actually finished 3rd. Wow. So Brooks had a killer season. Defensive Player of the Year in the NFC, Micah Parsons finished 6th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Trevor Etienne, 8th, not bad. Defensive Rookie of the Year. No Cowboys, best QB. Dak finished 4th. Best running back. Judkins finished 10th. Best receiver, Brooks finished 2nd. Lamb actually finished 10th. Best offensive lineman, Cooper Beebe finished 2nd. No more Cowboys. Best defensive lineman, Zach Allen, finished 9th. So not too bad. Best linebacker, Micah Parsons finished 2nd. Best DB, Diggs finished 5th. Bland finished 6th. Best kicker, no sign of Brandon Aubrey. Nobody really too much in the running for any wins, for any awards this year. Then again, we started out pretty bad this season. We started out 2-5. We barely made the playoffs at 9-8. We were able to scrape past the Eagles in a wild card win, but we were playing above our heads towards the end of the season. We had that big win against the Texans to get us into the postseason, and now, we are, and that's it. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl. And the winner of the Super Bowl this year was the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they won the first Super Bowl for the first time in their history. The MVP is Trevor Lawrence. Lamar Jackson won the MVP. Sean McDermott won Coach of the Year. And those are all the other awards. So the Jacksonville Jaguars, who started playing football in 1995, get a Super Bowl before the Cowboys can even get another one added to their list of 5. An expansion team that was born in 95. Wow. Crazy. So let's take a look at the retirements. It looks like the Travis Kelce spent his final year with the New Orleans Saints. Stafford's retiring, so is Cooper Kupp, and so is it looks like Brandon Shreve is going to retire from us. Do we have any other retirements? And also Brian Anger, the punter. So we got to get a new punter. And even though I offered Brandon Shreve a new contract, that is a hole that we now have to fill at right guard. So because of that, I want to double check and see whose contracts are up and see what we can do. First things first, I want to go to team salaries and see if I can restructure some contracts to give us some cap room. So let's restructure CD. That's going to free up $13 million. That is huge to give us some more money. Let's see about Micah Parsons. Can we restructure his deal? Yes, we can. It'll free up $8.37 million. That's cool. Time to free up some money. But guys that are 99, they're going to stay. These are our top 4 guys. We want to try to keep them. So we'll restructure the contracts to starting out with like the top tier guys on our team. Tyler Smith, can we restructure his deal? We gave him a new contract. Let's restructure it to free up $4.59 million. That's good because he's basically an 89-90 border player. Brandon Aubrey, we did give him a new contract. We can't do anything with his. But then again, kickers are kickers, so it's kind of, So it freed up some cap space for us, which is good. Can we restructure Diggs' contract possibly? Yes. We have $9.15 million. That's big. That gets us into the 60s, $65 million. About Ferguson. Restructure his deal. It only frees up like $1 million essentially, but still solid. Well, Judkins is still on his rookie deal, so I don't think we can restructure. Well, it'll free up a little bit, but not much. He's up to an 87, so he's not regressing or anything. We just maybe have to get the offensive line potentially solidified, and we can be in better shape. I think BB is still on his rookie contract. I think he is due for a payday, though, based on the fact that he made it to. See, here's another thing about Dak. Wow, that's going to free up $21.9 million. You see, Dak is at an 82. I know he, had a good year, made the Pro Bowl again and everything like that. But I don't know how much longer I want to keep him as the quarterback. Mostly because of the fact that I just don't know. All right, so let's take a look at the roster right now. Let's see what holes we have in free agency. Quarterback-wise, I think we're looking pretty good. But I actually want to look at potentially drafting a quarterback or getting a quarterback in here who could be somebody maybe to potentially take over for Dak in the next couple of years. Because I think it's at the point where he's going to start to regress. He started out this year as an 83. He's an 82, which is not too bad. But he's mostly benefiting because he has 99 CD Lamb. If he didn't have 99 CD Lamb, he probably would put up pedestrian numbers in the sim. That's the way that I feel. ETN has fully established himself to me as our second running back. So I think Antonio Gibson is somebody who is expendable. So that'll incur a penalty. So I'm actually going to trade him to somebody. Maybe somebody who needs a backup running back. The Browns need a running back. But we're not looking for any like huge picks. We're looking for literally like a 4th-round pick for this year. You guys take him off our hands for that? Good. Got a 4th-round pick. Getting rid of Antonio Gibson. Got a 66 Hayden Barnes. So yeah, so ETN is firmly our starting, our second running back. Jonathan Mingo is hitting the free agent market. We still have Jalen Brooks for another year. Even though we had a breakout season and a Pro Bowl year, I still think we need another receiver in the 80s. Deuce Robinson is actually our best guy right now in terms of that. So I think that's pretty solid. So he's looked like he's emerging as the favorite to be a guy for this offense. We need a better backup tight end, I think. We still have Ford and we still have Ryan, but I think we need another backup tight end. Tyler Smith. We need a backup left guard. We need a new right guard. We're going to look at free agency for that. We need a new defensive end. If there's a defensive tackle in the 80s, I think we need to go for him. Middle linebacker, we need an upgrade. Really, we could use an upgrade on certain parts of this defense, even though they were pretty good last year. As far as strong safety, Afari Jr. is looking pretty solid, but if there's a guy in the 80s, I think it's still worth getting that. We need a new punter, of course. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the free agent pool and see who all is out here. Well, we don't need a new center. I think we're good, even though Ragnow would be a huge upgrade. Let's look at right guards, because we absolutely need a right guard. The best guy is Will Hernandez, but it would take a pretty big contract to get him here. And these guys are scheme fit guys. But you know what? Let's go in on Hernandez. We'll start out with a player-friendly deal. See where this puts us. There's no other offers yet, so it may just be worth it to go all in on him and see what we can do. Well, Zach Allen, who we had last year, is the best guy available. So I am going to try to bring him back, if we can. Defensive end-wise, Mike Dana is the best defensive end out there. 3-year deal, we're top. Defensive tackles, Livy, Kenny Clark. Jonathan Allen is the top guy. Unfortunately, that actually doesn't put us in the good running. So I'm going to withdraw that offer, and we're just going to go in on Levy. I know he's a 78. We need an upgrade there. The Broncos are actually offering a little bit more. Maybe defensive tackle. We just need to look in the draft for something like that. Wide receiver-wise, we got Rondale Moore and we got Amari Cooper out here. Very interesting. But so is Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is out here as well. Whoa. Rondale Moore is the youngest out of all these guys. I think it's worth it to offer Rondale Moore a deal, see if we can get him. And he's also a scheme fit guy for this offense, so that may help us out a little bit. Now, the Patriots are in on him as well. I don't want to raise that offer too much because I got a feeling that, Hunter Henry is available. We do need a solid backup tight end. He's a scheme fit guy, but we've reached our maximum negotiations that we could do. Hopefully Henry is still available. So we're going in on Mike Dana, we're going in on Allen, we're going in on Hernandez, and we're going in on Rondale Moore and also Levy. Now, these two guys at the bottom, other teams have offered, it looks like, a little bit more, so I may not get Moore or Levy. So we'll just see how this all kind of plays out. But going in on a couple of guys that are at the top of the free agent pool this year, I just feel like that's what we have to do this year. We got to go out and we got to see if we can get somebody. All right, did we sign anybody? We got Mike Dana, and we got Zach Allen to come back. So we got Allen to come back. Oh, and we got Levy. Let's go. Okay, so we've gotten our defensive line, at least through free agency, solidified. We're still targeting Will Hernandez, but I'm guessing that everybody else we targeted is gone. Yeah, Rondale Moore is going to the Patriots. So you know what? Let's get a little sentimental, and let's see. Actually, you know what? Are we Cooper's only offer right now? No, the Jaguars are offering him money too. That's not too bad. Well, he probably won't sign with us with that. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just leave that offer there. If he doesn't sign with us, it is what it is. Tight end wise, Hunter Henry is still out here. So let's go ahead and put an offer on him because I really could use a backup tight end. We actually have the most offer. The Dolphins are in there, but I don't want to lower the offer because we got another team competing for him. Now, unfortunately, I kind of you know what? I need to go after. You know what? Okay, listen. I'm going to retract this offer for Hunter Henry because I need to go in on some linebackers. We need linebacker help. There's really not anybody good out here. What about middle linebackers? There's not a whole lot of guys. There's nobody in the 80s. Okay, all right. You know what? Let's go in on Henry. Let's go in on Henry anyway. Let me take a look at our linebacker group again and see what maybe we really could use there. Okay, obviously we got a 99 Parsons, so I don't need to worry about that. We got decent depth. Middle linebacker, okay, yeah, we got to at least get somebody in the 70s there. We've got to get at least somebody in the 70s. Carson's actually up to an 80, so that's not that bad. Okay, we need to look at strong safeties as well. Okay, middle linebacker and strong safeties. I really need to look there. Okay, middle linebacker and strong safeties. We need to just get like a guy in the 70s, middle linebacker. The best guy is Jack Gibbons. So that's not too bad. Can we make this offer? Yeah, we can. It brings down to 2, but the Patriots are in on him as well. Okay, let's go to strong safeties. Ooh. These guys aren't much better than what we have. So I'm actually not going to invest in that. We'll get a strong safety backing up Afari in the draft. We'll let the guy in his second year get a chance to be the guy. But we do need a new punter. Let's go in on Michael Dixon. Don't have the cap, of course. Let's go team friendly. Don't have the cap to do that either. Okay, we may have to. But okay, you know what? We'll come back to getting a punter when maybe we get rejected by some of these guys because right now we're still in on Will Hernandez. You know what? We're his only offer, so I'm going to lower this offer. See if we can still get him. We probably can if we do that. Because of that, that may free up enough money for us to go get Dixon. It does, barely. So we're doing that. Okay, so this is who we're going after. This is who we've targeted. Michael Dixon. Will Hernandez is still negotiating with us. We did put in an offer for Amari Cooper, although the Jaguars are in the running for him just as much as we are. We may land him, we may not. If we do, that's great. If not, it's not the end of the world. We're also going in on Hunter Henry to be a backup tight end, a second tight end to complement Jake Ferguson potentially, and also we're going in on Jack Gibbons to be our new starting middle linebacker. So that's what we're going with in the second wave of free agency. We're not utilizing all 10 spots because we can't due to salary cap restrictions. So let's see if we land any of these guys. It's the last wave of free agency. So let's see if we were able to sign any of these guys. So we got Dixon. We didn't get Amari Cooper, but that's fine. But we got Gibbons, and we got Hunter Henry, and we got Will Hernandez. So we've got our new right guard, although he is worse than what we had before, admittingly. We do have our new punter in Dixon, and we've got Gibbons as our new middle linebacker. We got Hunter Henry to be our new backup tight end. So, solid group there. And with Jalen Brooks, I still think we can draft another receiver, although I do like the fact that Deuce Robinson is starting to emerge at least a little bit in terms of being a solid receiver for us. We're going to draft a strong safety to back up Alex Safari Jr. Can I actually give number 2 to maybe Deuce Robinson now, because that's a number he wore in college at USC. I can't. Well, let's give him 5 for right now. Who's wearing number 2? Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's wearing number 2. Okay. Well, Robinson could stay actually wearing number 82. We're going to keep him wearing number 82 in that case, so he at least has a number. I'm not giving him number 12 because that's basically Roger Staubach's number. Nobody can wear that number. Okay. Let's actually adjust some of these numbers because I saw, Dixon was wearing number 8, which is, Troy Aikman's number. We've got a bunch of young receivers stacked behind CeeDee Lamb. Brooks is now kind of one of the older receivers, and so is Flournoy now. Not too much, but, they're some of the older guys now. We actually didn't go and get a fullback. That's a position I forgot. We'll look at drafting one, and we'll get one in free agency towards the beginning of the preseason. So our running back room, I think, is pretty much solidified. We got, some young guys behind Etienne and Judkins, but I think I'm going to go with Etienne. I mean, we traded away Antonio Gibson to make room for that, obviously. So Hunter Henry, I'm going to actually change Carson Ryan's number to something else so we can give Hunter Henry number 85. Obviously, he, was battling out, in training camp for that position. So we're going to give Hunter Henry. He can actually restructure his contract. It'll free up a little bit of money. Let's go to some of our free agents, see if we can actually already restructure their deals now that they're on the team now. We can kind of mess around with the contracts a little bit. So bringing in Hunter Henry, mostly because he's a scheme fit guy. I mean, Ferguson, there's no denying it, but Hunter Henry at 79 is a solid backup tight end, if you ask me. We need a backup left guard, but I feel like we can draft a young guy. Will Hernandez coming in here is pretty big in terms of giving us some help. What number is normal in the pros? 76. Okay, doesn't Richards wear 76? He's still on the team, right? No, he's not on the team. I forgot we let Richards walk, I think, after a couple of seasons ago, I want to say. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to give Will Hernandez number 76 then. He's probably been wearing 50 with another team, so that's probably why his number is number 50. Probably spent some time with a different team last year, but I don't know who it was. Let's give Will Hernandez 76. 81 right guard from UTEP, so he's, kind of a local kid, Texas at least. But we do need a backup right guard. We could probably draft one, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. Zach Allen's coming back. Mike Dana. Let me see. What number does, Mike Dana wear? So Dana actually plays for the Kansas City Chiefs right now. He's a backup rotational guy. Wears number 51. He's not a scheme fit guy, but he's coming in with a little bit of Super Bowl championship experience. Maybe he could pass a little bit of that on some of his younger players. I still think we need to invest in a defensive tackle in the draft, even though we signed Levy. I still think it's worth it. And Jack Gibbons. He is plays for the Titans, and he wears number 50. But we can give him number 50 now, because Will Hernandez is not wearing that anymore. And we can also restructure his deal. It won't free up a whole lot of cap space, but it'll free up a little. So every little bit helps because, it looks like we got to go out and got to go sign a fullback. And based on the moves, we actually might be able to do that in the final wave of free agency because we still have, unlimited negotiations that we can do. So I think that may be the route to go with. Now, we signed Chubb as a bridge guy, but he's gotten lower. He's still going to be here for one more year. But Walker, he has taken over as our right outside linebacker, and he's looking pretty solid. 78, he could get up to the 80s this year. We will see. We got Malachi Moore. Let me see if Malachi Moore. What is his number at Alabama? 13. Okay, well he can actually wear 13 now, I believe, because we don't have Overshown anymore, so he can finally wear his college number again and restructure his deal while we're at it. That's cool. So Malachi Moore is back to wearing his college number in his first year his second, another year as a starter for us. Got Aubrey, got Dixon. Oh yeah, he's the guy whose number I had to adjust a little bit. Let's change his number to maybe something like, I don't know, 14 or something like that. No, let's just give him number 5 like Brian Anger was wearing. Solid punter to back it up. And maybe if there's a backup, maybe if there's a quarterback in the draft that doesn't look too bad, maybe we could go with somebody like that. So we actually can still sign free agents right here. We freed up a little bit of cap space to make maybe one more signing because we do need a fullback. We do need a fullback. Reggie Gilliam is the top guy. Let's go with a team-friendly deal for him. Get him in here. Get him to be our new starting fullback. And you know what? Let me actually go after a backup strong safety. Looking for a backup guy, not a starter. Let's go with Rayshawn Jenkins. Simply bringing in him to be a backup for us at the safety position. Are there any other quarterbacks who maybe would be good veteran backups? No, nobody really who's that good. And, you know, I kind of selected Jackson Dart with the potential that maybe if we want to move on from Dak one day, he could be the guy. So we're going in our Rayshawn Jenkins and Reggie Gilliam in this final wave of free agency. All right. Let me see if we landed those other guys that we wanted to go with. My signings. Here we go. We did get Gilliam, and we got Jenkins. So there we go. Workouts. So here we go. It's time to get to the draft. Let's take a look at the mock drafts first, because I forgot to do that, actually, in the last episode of the Cleveland Browns rebuild. So how do we have the third pick? There's no way. There's no way we have the third pick. I need to look at this. We have like the 25th overall pick. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, wait. That was mock draft number 1, wasn't it? Yeah, that was mock draft 1. Okay, 5. Okay, well, we obviously started 2 and 5, so they were projecting us early. Okay, so we've got the 25th overall pick. Zach Donald. Well, we do need some linebacker depth. Micah Parsons pretty much solidified over there. But, you know, if Donald is there, that might be worth it. But this defensive end, also Michael Kramer from Memphis, doesn't look too bad either. And also Alfonso Bass. And he actually fits our scheme better. And also there's KJ Haynes, who's a right outside linebacker. So there's some linebackers that will be available there. Also Ricky Dawson. He may be available too. I'm not sure. Looks like a linebacker may be the best way to go with in the first round. I'm going to go defense. It's looking like the way things are going to go. So here we go.
Every career start.
This is the 2027 NFL Draft. We're on the clock. So here we go. Okay, well, obviously we do not need a quarterback. Zach Donald, of course, is there. So is Haynes. But Zach Darnold is rated better. We can always kick him out to right outside linebacker. Let's go with him out of Florida. Says good pick. So solid start to the draft. Here we are in the second round. I feel like we can kind of go BPA with most of these positions. Malachi Nelson is dropping. Brett Hayden of Oklahoma State is also dropping. But I don't think we really need to be worrying about, like, we already drafted Jackson Dart a couple of years ago, so I don't know if we really need to go with that. We do need some help potentially at right tackle because we got guys that are aging a little bit. So I think Devin Wheatley out of Washington State. It's a good pick here. It says average pick. So maybe not the best we could have used in the second round, but I didn't really think we needed Malachi. All right, you know what? Malachi is continuing to drop. We're going to draft him. says average pick anyway, but I feel like, hey, why not go for it? Kyle Baxter, this defensive end, looks pretty good. He's a scheme fit guy. I think we need to go with him right here. It says good pick. All right, finally we got a good pick. Well, we got one in the first round, too. But first one since the first round. These corners are looking pretty good. Let's go with Morgan Miles of Central Michigan. It says good pick. All right, we're getting some quality picks in the late rounds, but that's good. Ooh. Mateo Aguayu from Florida State. Could use some help at receiver. It says another good pick. We kind of stockpiling some receivers here, but hey, why not? Some corners that are available, but there's another left outside linebacker. Justin Smith doesn't look too bad at Oklahoma State. Jake Green, Ryan Jones. Yeah, I don't know. This halfback, I don't know. Maybe I should just go with BPA. This guy, Mitch Jett, free safety. Get some depth behind Malachi Moore. Oh, that's a bad pick. First bad pick of the draft. In the 7th round. I believe this is our last pick. This guy, Jake Green, right outside linebacker. It's pretty solid. Let's go with him. All right. And that is our draft for 2027. So, first round pick, we went with the linebacker that the mock draft projected, Zach Darnold, speed rusher from Florida. We went with Devin Wheatley in the 2nd round, right tackle, who maybe could be a starter in the next couple of years. Malachi Nelson kept dropping and dropping and dropping out of Boise State. Figured, hey, maybe he's worth the risk. He's a 70 overall starting out as a rookie. I think that already puts him pretty much maybe ahead of Jackson Dart. I'm not sure in terms of ratings, but we'll take a look and see. You know, at this point, we're kind of just giving him kind of the Trey Lance treatment, except we didn't trade for him. We just stockpiled him. Kyle Baxter, defensive end, run stopper from Arizona State. 72 overall as a 4th-round pick. That's pretty solid value. This is the guy that the draft really likes. He's actually the best player that we drafted in the draft based on overall. Morgan Miles, in the 4th-round pick out of Central Michigan. He's a man-to-man guy. He fits our scheme. And I think whenever it's time for Diggs or Bland to go, it may be his time. That puts him pretty much in the running for the 4th corner already this season behind Kalen Carson. So we might have found a diamond in the rough with Morgan Miles. And Mateo, solid rookie receiver, starting out at a 74 overall. And, Mitch Jett, that was just BPA. Same thing with Jake Green, BPA. So we got some depth at free safety in it right outside linebacker. So we did go defensive heavy when we probably didn't really need to necessarily. But based on the free agency moves that have been made, I just kind of went with the best player available. Yeah, Malachi Nelson is better than Jackson Dart as of right now. So Malachi Nelson has been kind of a guy that's bounced around a bunch to different schools. It said he was at Boise State, which is where he is right now. That is true. Looks like he wears mostly number 7. But, of course, Trayvon Diggs wears that number. So I think Malachi will just stay rocking number 14. Could he be the future at quarterback if we want to maybe move on from Dak, if his rating continues to drop? Once Dak's overall gets into the high 70s, yeah, it's going to be time to make a trade for him. And his contract is still not close to running out. So that's why I kind of worry about keeping him for much longer. So we got a bunch of young quarterbacks behind him. Got Judkins. We didn't do any running backs in the draft. Got Gilliam. That receiver, Mateo. Oh, he's already our 3rd best receiver. So he's coming in here and making noise already. Mateo Aguayu. I don't know if this is a real player. I don't think he is. Mateo Yeah, he's not a real player. But still, he's going to rock 81. But still, coming out of Florida State, he's a scheme fit guy. I like that. We don't even need to worry about our third receiver. I think we definitely got him in the rookie. I mean, this guy was a fourth-round select. This guy was a third-round pick too. So he's starting out as in a good spot. And of course, we got Deuce Robinson. So we're getting younger at receiver. Mostly a bunch of young guys kind of backing up CD right now. Hunter Henry, we got Carson Ryan, of course, Smith Ford. We didn't draft more offensive linemen, more guards. So that's a little bit concerning, but we can probably find some stopgap guys in free agency before the season begins. We've got Allen, we've got Roberts, we've got Donna, we've got Nealon. We drafted Kyle Baxter as well. Looks like a solid player. Let's give him a number actually in the 90s. Let's do that. Starting out as a 72, which isn't bad. And Zach Donald, who was our first-round pick, unfortunately looks like a guy that, even though he's a first-round pick, is going to be stockpiled behind LaFau and Parsons. But we could potentially move him around a little bit and maybe move him over to the right side. Give us a little bit better backup behind Walker. Let me move Donald over to right outside linebacker and see if that gives us a little bit better depth behind Walker. So we're pretty young over there now at right outside linebacker. Yeah, Donald, he's the backup immediately behind Walker. So we've got two really young guys at right outside linebacker, Bradley Chubb. I think Bradley Chubb is somebody that we may need to just go ahead and try to trade. I think it's time to trade him away based on a move like that. Let's swap him in with the Bills. We're just looking for picks. We're not looking for anything too crazy. Let's see if they'll take a fourth-round pick for Bradley Chubb. Over the salary cap have accepted. Okay, so we can't do anything with them as we're over the salary cap. Ooh. The Broncos. I know Bradley Chubb used to be a Bronco, so this is kind of reunited back in Denver. Let's see if we can do a fourth-round pick. Then declined. Okay, well maybe we could just do a fifth-rounder, and that's the best that we could do. All right, got a fifth for Bradley Chubb, so that solidifies our right outside linebacker room a little bit better because we're just going to get younger there because we found guys that are just better. So we're going to swap out, the guys that are younger, and also, Jake Green starting at 65 overall. So we've gotten very, very young right outside linebacker. We got a whole new core over there. And Morgan Miles is already a 77 behind Kalen Carson. Let me see if Morgan Miles actually is a real player because I never drafted him in any of my rebuilds. So let's see if he is a real player. Morgan Miles, Central Michigan. I don't think he's a real player. Yeah, he's not a real player. Okay, but still, we got our fourth corner behind Carson. So that's pretty good. Free safety-wise, more, Jed's a guy that was just BPA, so he's going to be third string. And we signed Jenkins to back up Afari, so we got a kicker. So we're going into a season where a lot of our positions, pretty much all of them, except for defensive tackle, middle linebacker, right outside linebacker, and strong safety are in the 80s. I mean, this is a pretty solid-looking team, if you ask me. This should be a team that is, in the postseason, if I'm being frank. So, yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and advance to the preseason. We're going to fill out the roster at left guard and right guard with some guys that are still free agents as we enter the preseason because we didn't fill those positions the offseason, so we're going to go ahead and fill them here. We're going to bring in Ryan Bates, scheme fit guy for 1 year, to be a backup left guard for us. And we're also going to bring in at right guard Liam Eckenberg to be a backup right guard. So that is who we're going with to give us some help over there. And I think that's the best that we could do in terms of upgrading the roster with free agency. Not really upgrading, but just getting some some backup players behind Hernandez. So we get a 71 backing him up, and we get a 74 backing up Smith. So we've kind of solidified depth, those positions. Looks like Dan actually is already hurt. I don't know what happened to him. Middle linebacker could be better, but Gibbons was the best guy available, so I went for him. Bland, Moore, Fari. So our safeties have gotten younger overnight. We've completely swapped out the safeties at this point in the rebuild. But I'm okay with that. So that's going to do it for this live stream. By the way, if y'all were watching the Cleveland Browns rebuild and you noticed all of a sudden the live stream cut out was I was in the middle of editing, I think it was Julian Love, it's because the game and my stream crashed. That's why it stopped. The game, the stream crashed all at once, so that's why I didn't really get a chance to do my sign-off. So, pretty tough year 3. We get to the playoffs, even though we started out the year 2-5, which was pretty bad. We somehow found a way to get back into the postseason. We finished the season 9-8. We won a tough wild card game on the road against Philadelphia for the second year in a row, but we just couldn't get it done against the Packers in the divisional round. Jordan Love was just too much for us. So now, once again, we had a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover last year. Now we got to fight our way back again. This may be a tougher rebuild than I anticipated because we're starting to lose some of our core players from the previous years now at this point. Dak is getting old. CeeDee Lamb is going to start aging. So is Micah Parsons. And we're going to start losing some more skilled players on defense and offense. We're getting younger at some positions now, which is encouraging. But is it enough for us to get back to a Super Bowl and just get a chance to win another one? That's all I'm going to hope for. But thank y'all for watching this live stream. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.